You're watching CHQ in View on CCS-TV.
Welcome back to CHQ in View.
From the hardwood of Jamestown High School to the hearts of youngsters worldwide, Ben Cecchini-Ramos is making an extraordinary impact through the power of basketball and mindfulness.
As the founder of Give and Grow Basketball, Ben has inspired over 45,000 kids, teaching them not only to dribble and shoot, but also how to navigate life's challenges with resilience and mental strength.
It's really incredible. Today, he's bringing his unique approach to Jamestown's YMCA with a free basketball camp for 3rd and 6th graders.
Ben joins us now to talk about his incredible journeys and how he helping transform life one hoop at a time.
Yeah, welcome Ben. Thanks for joining us here for CHQ in View's debut episode.
Yeah, I am super excited to be here, Connor. I'm so thankful.
So what core mission of Give and Grow Basketball? What's your core mission, and how do you aim to achieve it here with camps like this in Jamestown?
Yeah, I really am out here just trying to uplift kids, communities, by combining the things that I love, the things that I've enjoyed and have grown through in my life experience, and that's mindfulness, meditation, breath work, and basketball. Yeah, so I'm excited to bring that to Jamestown. Obviously, born and raised here, so every time I get a chance to come back, I've traveled around quite a bit. So coming back here is always special because there's familiar faces everywhere. And what's extra cool is now I'm getting to impact some of my friends' kids or something like that, or my wife's family lives in Jamestown, so being able to team up with her cousins and nephews and those sorts of things, it's like that combination of family, community, and the things I'm passionate about.
It really is cool when it comes full circle, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Can you share a bit about your journey from Jamestown High School to founding Give and Grow Basketball?
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. I just got the chills with that. Really, after Jamestown, I went to college and played basketball. It actually wasn't my first choice. I was getting recruited to play football, and then after a year of football, I'm like, I miss basketball. That's what I'm passionate about. But this is kind of where I started to realize that what's the word I'm looking for? That tendency of mine to be an overthinker. Where would I be a better athlete, on the football field or the basketball court? And as a 6'4" quarterback, I'm thinking I'm going to be a better quarterback than a basketball player. You know, there's a lot of 6'4" guys out there. And but that was one of my first lessons with do what you love. Do what you love. That's going to be the most fulfilling life that you can find, is when you're playing what you love. And so kind of figured that out, and then I didn't really know what I wanted to do after school, but I got a job with the Atlanta Hawks in ticket sales, so I moved down right after school, and that was a really challenging time for me, actually. My dad passed away about 2 weeks into that job, and about 2 weeks after he passed away, I was here in Jamestown, and I got contacted by Under Armour, which the footwear industry was something that I knew would be cool and fun for me. I had a mentor, and so I found my way getting an interview to Under Armour, getting a job offer, and leaving Atlanta just after 6 short months, and getting to go to Baltimore, Maryland, where I set up shop for about 7-8 years after that. I worked with Under Armour for 3 years as a footwear developer. So we have the designer that's sketching out and saying, hey, I want it to be this color and that color, and I'm thinking this material, and then I work with our wear testing team to make sure that shoe's gonna function. And bring it to life, right? Take it from that 2D sketch to a 3D model. And that was super fun. I was working on Steph Curry's project, so a lot of fun happening there for me, getting to travel to the shoe factories in Asia to see how it's all done. And I tried really hard to advance my career in that way, but Under Armour, they weren't really ready for me to go and do what I wanted to do. So I kind of took a step back in that moment, was like, what is it that I want to do? Why is it that I want to do this thing? And what I learned in that moment of reflection and journaling, a lot of journaling at the time, was that I wasn't really making an impact with people the way I wanted to. It was all about kind of hitting a target, hitting a number, selling shoes, making profit. And that's not what my heart wanted. So I was like, all right, I need some time off. And with a little bit of inheritance from my dad passing away, I decided to take some time off work, and I went and lived in Ghana in Africa for about 3 months. And I've always known I would enjoy coaching, but I never had any experience. And I was training kids at a basketball academy in Ghana, and living with kids at a soccer academy. So I'm surrounded by young boys who are just super talented at their sports, super passionate, having these big dreams of coming to the USA and playing in high schools here and playing in colleges here, and being in kind of a mentor, trainer, coach role with those guys. I just realized how much I enjoyed that. And so when I left there after 3 months, I decided to start Give and Grow.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about what is it that I want to create, it once again brought me back, what are the things that I love? I love developing as a human being and growing and learning. And I also love basketball. So it was how can I combine those things? And yeah, so that's kind of what, long story.
That's incredible to see, Ben, you take that passion and make it full circle, right? And then worldwide too. And now back here in Jamestown, New York with the Give and Grow camps. Can you tell us a little bit about what some of the programs and initiatives you're trying to do with Give and Grow? Because it sounds like it's more than just teaching kids basketball.
Yeah, for sure. So it started off as just basketball classes, but let's put in a little bit of mindfulness here. Let's have them work on some things like positive self-talk and being able to recognize when negative thoughts might come in after a miss or after a lost handle or a bad pass or something like that. And then it kind of expanded into, okay, let's run some clinics. And right before COVID happened, I had this idea of well, what if I went into schools and did an assembly format, for elementary school kids, and go into those schools and, deliver it in that sort of way. And so I went on a cross-country trip, just like a freebie through connections that I had, hey, can I come talk to your students? Hey, can I work with your basketball team? And just share some videos about breathing techniques, or about, share them clips that aren't popular on social media, but Kobe Bryant talking about his meditation practices, or showing LeBron taking deep breaths in an NBA Finals game. I wanted to share these sorts of things that were inspiring to me and I thought would be inspiring to kids and basketball players. And that's where I kind of found it clicked with this assembly format, these workshop formats. And then COVID hit. And I was like, oh dang, how are we gonna do this? Those are all in-person events, but thankfully schools were kind of ready for the virtual thing. And as a small team with a guy that I worked with pretty much from the jump of Give and Grow, Ryan McFarland, we were we want to impact so many kids. Virtual might be this opportunity for us. We were impacting hundreds of kids at a time, sometimes thousands, and we were getting to collaborate with cool NBA players, WNBA players, the junior NBA, the Cleveland Cavs, the 76ers, and so these opportunities kind of started falling in our lap, and that's kind of where we're at now, is where we're doing a lot of virtual programming, and then at the same time I'm able to test and try out some of the different ideas for on-court games or on-court drills and exercises that we can do in person as youth basketball coaches, or eventually even youth soccer, youth football, whatever, bringing in some of these different techniques and tools into the sport where kids are already inspired to learn and grow and have a good time.
So what can participants expect from the games here in Jamestown, from these sessions? Because, and I guess the other part of this for you, how cool is it to be back in Jamestown, where you're taking this worldwide initiative to our hometown street?
I'm super thankful for coming back to Jamestown, getting to partner with Patrick at CCS and James McElrath, feeling that support from the hometown is living so far away for a long time and having that love and support back here, it's speechless, truly. It's a blessing to have people that love and support you in that sort of way. And so kids can expect to have definitely a good time. Give and Grow, I think at its core, is this cool combination of just moving your body. How good do you feel just by moving? Whatever kind of movement it is, dancing, flexing, crowd boosting, just moving your body with other people's already feels good. So that's already good for your physical, emotional, mental health, right? And then music. I love music. I've been rapping since probably 8th or 9th grade with like a group of friends here in Jamestown. We just started writing stuff, and all of it explicit. Now it's a lot more family friendly, and so I appreciate that transition that's happened. But I love that. And once again, Give and Grow was for me just, how can I express and share my passions and gifts with other people in a way that supports them? And so music has been a huge part of that, and I've written different raps about the different me skills that we call them, mental and emotional skills, you know, identifying, accepting, and managing emotions, being where your feet are, see, breathe, do, so that we can lock in our focus into the present moment, breathe to relax ourselves into that moment, and then do with whatever sort of energy you think is going to be most powerful for you. So we can expect just different experiences. It might not be your normal basketball experience where it's like, hey, layup lines, passing drills. Like, we're going to be doing a lot more dancing. We're going to have a lot more music going on. There's going to be a lot more conversation, and mixed into all that will be the basketball skills. But it's definitely a balanced focus versus more of what I've seen in youth sports is more of like, hey, let's be elite athletes. Like, let's, you know.
Someone could enter this with no skill in
100%,
basketball.
100%, or without even a passion for it. And I think that's what we're going to see at this Jamestown clinic is kids are just there for the day camp. They're not necessarily basketball people. How do you meet people where they're at to give them these skills in a motivational and engaging, fun way?
Absolutely. Well, it's incredible what you're doing, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben, for sharing your for sharing your inspiring journey and insights with us today.
Yeah, it really is incredible. Thank you for stopping in and for partnering with CCS to host these is incredible. Where can people learn more about your initiative?
Yeah, you can definitely find it on our website, Give N Grow Basketball, just the letter N in there, .org. And also on social media at Give and Grow Basketball, or my handle right now is bencr.love. So I'd love to be in touch, and thank you guys so much for your time today.
Thank you again, Ben. Very good.